This meeting order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call.
Ippia. Fry.
Present.
Schroller.
Here.
Hughes.
Here.
Bikeman.
Present.
Price.
Present.
Behrens.
Here.
Crum.
Here.
7.
All right. First up is the approval of the minutes. Does anybody have any changes or?
On page 3, under notices and hearings, I think under John Heaney Hawk, the owner of 410 Calhoun Street, Carolina Street, I think there should be a period there and then start a new sentence. And then there has been a complaint, and then maybe say, and the rat stoppage, comma, and the rat stoppage maybe, and needs to be completed, or something like that. I mean, that sentence doesn't really make a lot of sense either. Because it just says owner 410 Carolina Street, and then there, that sentence kind of just runs together.
So a comma would work.
Well, something. But I think it should just be a period and then capital T there, and then there has been a complaint. Notice has been given, and then there has been a complaint. That should be another whole sentence. And then the next sentence maybe needs to be restructured a little bit. But the first sentence, I think, for sure needs to be 2 sentences. But whatever. But I think the first sentence for sure needs to be 2 sentences.
Unless you insert that into between street and that there has been a complaint.
Yep.
I can't, that would make more sense. Otherwise, notice was given at 14 Carolina for what? If we don't put a sentence together.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. If you were to insert that into it.
And that there has been a complaint, comma, and that there has been a complaint. Something needs to be,
Okay. All right, we can make that
the
change.
sentence doesn't make a lot of sense.
Anything else?
No.
Move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 13th, 2020.
I'll second it.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next up, we have public comment. Is anybody here for public comment? Yeah.
Well, you all know me, Alex Schultz from Astro, and I just wanted to let you know how things are going with the drive-in, the movies on the mound, whatever you like to call it. We're having a lot of fun. It's very successful, and a big part of that is because of your willingness to have that field sprayed for bugs. That just makes that beautiful grass that Brian keeps up, it makes it so pleasant to be there. There's no bug spray, you're not itching the whole time. Beautiful. So I do want to say, we are not doing anything on the east side of the foul line from right field. So most of the field, we're not even out there. And I was thinking if future bug spraying is going to happen, there's no reason to spray that front part, or the east part of the field. If you go from the right field foul line to the gravel, that would cover everybody that goes out there and sits, and would probably save a lot of spraying. So I thought that might be a suggestion if there's going to be future spraying like that. We have been doing 2 shows, and I think we're going to switch down to 1 show, because we've been seeing maybe 70 or 80 people come for the first show, and then maybe 4 or 15 people, somewhere in that range, staying for the second. So planning to switch to just 1 show, and we'll try to keep it a really good family-friendly show for all the kids to come in. Something that, you know, would bring in anything from kids on up to adults. Everybody would be interested in something like that. So we'll switch to 1 show pretty quick here. And also, what else was there? Brian, there was something else we were going to talk about. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes. We like this so much, we want to know, is it okay if we keep going? We're having a lot of fun with it, and I think everybody's enjoying it. I was wondering if we could just keep going until either people stop coming or it just gets to where the weather doesn't permit it, or you guys say, that's enough, Alex.
It's all set up.
Yeah.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah,
Okay.
The wall is coming in September. So we have to be
We
done
can
by
work
the
around
wall.
that.
it's only here for a week, so.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
It's been fun.
Well, thank you for saying that. It's so much fun to do. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, Brad?
No,
Okay.
those one up movie. All the people that's been there has commented how nice. The weather's been really
Yeah.
lucky for us. It's been up and at night it cools off. This week they're showing E.T., which is a classic. So come on out and enjoy it.
There we go.
Oh,
Good job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Yep.
Anybody else here for public comment? All right, first up, we have Ellen Barber.
Hi, I'm here to report on Marshall County Partnership for Growth. Does everybody feel comfortable with me being distanced enough? Okay. I'm a little hard to hear sometimes, so I'll try to speak up. I just wanted to let you know what's been going on the last couple of months. Marshall County Partnership for Growth has been really wishing for years to start a revolving loan fund so that businesses all over the county could use it to just help expand or retain employees. So what we've done is started a 0% revolving loan fund through the county. We requested the $25,000 from the county, and they have assigned it to us. And the first year is 0%, and then the second year is 5% interest. But that way, they can get up on their feet and then pay it back after that first year if they like, and be totally interest-free. And then this 5%, of course, would incentivize them to pay it back. But if they do end up in the second year paying some interest, of course, that's going to help our revolving loan to build. And so then we'll turn back around every time it's paid back and be able to keep on using that. So that it grows, we know that $25,000, right now it's a micro loan. We're hoping to double it, so I also applied to Evergy. They have a $25,000 grant right now. It's also open for COVID, and so I've applied for that in hopes that we can match that and then have a $50,000 revolving loan fund for county businesses. So we're excited about that. That's just gotten up and ready. We also started a Marshall County Stronger Fund, which allowed any business in the county to apply for it. It was just some extra money that was given as a gift to COVID-affected businesses. And so one of the downtown businesses in Marysville was given $540 from that fund to help their business. As you know, the county had the opportunity to apply for a community block grant, and it was also, it's -CV, meaning COVID. And so I also encouraged our other towns to apply for it, because if the county got it, we could get a good amount of money, and then every single city could also get that money as well. So when we found out that the county got it, and they wanted Partnership for Growth to administer it, I didn't know who else might get it because it was going to be a second round. So I went ahead and pre-qualified everybody in the county. So we had 12 businesses that were pre-qualified that would be able to apply to the state. And then just as I was about to request the money from the county, it came out for the second round, and we found out that Marysville and Blue Rapids also got money, which is really great news because now we have more money to spend. We were just given $132,000, and so now with Marysville getting, what is your amount?
$171,400.
Yes, and you also have a food grant.
That's in there.
That's in there?
Yes.
Okay. So that's really a wonderful thing. The good thing, too, is that since I pre-qualified these businesses, I can go ahead and give Marysville and North Central Regional Planning Commission what I've done already. And that means that those those businesses will get their money much faster than everybody else will because they're that much farther ahead. So I will be working with North Central Regional Planning Commission as well as Austin, whatever he would like to see of it, to get that information over to them by this Thursday. I have a board meeting in Beloit, so I can just take everything with me and give it over to them. So is there any questions about that? Those businesses that have pre-qualified, basically, and how we're trying to get them their money? Okay. One thing I wanted to bring forward to you and just make you aware of and see if you have any ideas about is the Thunderbird Motel. The owners are not U.S. citizens, and he left to go to India and was retained there because of COVID. And so because he could not come back, their business has really struggled. And so they'd like to sell the Thunderbird Motel, and they would like to know if the city has any interest in it, or if they have any ideas where we could get that building from becoming just empty and of no use.
Are they listed, is it on the market now? Are they trying actively to sell it with a realtor or anything?
They wanted to come to the city first, so I said I'll bring it up to you. I'll put it on our website as an available property. I don't know if they're thinking the city might be interested in some sort of housing.
No.
Believe me, it's nothing you want to get into.
Would you all know anyone who might be interested as a developer or a person that would like to develop these 21 rooms into something?
I've already had somebody come in today, actually, and ask some details, not on the property, but, well, on the, about the property.
Okay.
The RV parking in the back and stuff like that, but they haven't said how interested they are.
Well, I think too that if the wind farm comes in, there's going to be a lot of people using RV parks. You know, just someone, you know, that's forward thinking might be realizing that property could be very valuable that way too. Well, go ahead and if you have any other ideas, let me know. I'm sure that if they decide to go ahead and sell it, they might have to get somebody actively involved that way too. But if they can do it first by getting the word out, I think they'd like to do that too.
Okay.
And that's all I have. Anything for me?
So,
All
I'd
right.
like your updates, so
Okay, thank you so much.
thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have Hartley Ridge. I don't think
They do
nobody's
not
showing.
plan to come.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, if I go back to this, they are requesting to change their street, concrete street, that they previously proposed as a 7-inch street back to a 6-inch street, which is right in line with what our ULDC says. It says 6-inch for concrete, 6-inch reinforced, so they have to reinforce it to 6 inches. So they apparently didn't know that that was what it said in ULDC and proposed a thicker street. So to get this job done, they wanted to bring it back down.
Okay. And has to go through, does it have to go through planning commission?
It has to go through planning commission. I think their idea here is to make sure you guys are okay with it, same as they did last time, okay with it before they spent the money to go back through the planning commission.
So they're gonna do the whole hill going up and then half of the north-south road.
That is what it looks like, yes.
Okay,
At least.
At
Yeah,
least.
Yeah, at least.
at least,
Yeah, she told me that they may just do it all, but she wanted, because I said, put on here the absolute minimum you're gonna do, because I didn't want you guys to have more questions. And then I did tell her that we had to have the letter of credit. If they didn't finish it all, we still needed the letter of credit. And they said they would provide that.
so do we need to vote on this, or do we need to wait for it to go through the planning commission for their okay on it?
she pull approval of budget? You don't need to vote on it. This is a consensus.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
To allow them to go to six.
basically given the blessing that says that you're going to be fine with going down to 6 inches, which is right in line with our ULDC.
That'll work.
Okay. Is that okay?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Any problems with that? Okay, good. I don't know what, why does it say approval of budget right there?
Because you wanted to tell them you were gonna do the hearing and bring the budget in.
That's why I have it down here.
Austin,
Oh, okay, well, Deb put it at the top.
do they have a timeline on this yet?
Well, they have until September 26th. I think September 26th is their line of credit. So they would get,
So they need at least to have some pouring going on by that point.
I think so, yes.
Not completed.
Their intention
but-
is to have at least that half done by September 26th.
Yeah,
Oh, this half done by then? Okay.
that's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, one question you just talked about, going down to 6, but actually, if it only says 6 here, shouldn't the word reinforced be in there too?
We can pass that along, but whenever they put a street in, they always reinforce it, even if you don't ask for it.
Should be in the deal before it's,
Right. We'll get them to put reinforced
Right.
in the wording.
Just for clarification, I think it should be in there.
Okay.
When is the next planning commission meeting?
Second Thursday of August.
Yeah, so if they get on that one, they should have an answer soon enough to get working on it then.
I don't know if we're done with Hartley Ridge. I don't know why it says approval of budget 2021. I have something under my report, so there's
that's
nothing
fine,
there.
we can move it down.
Yeah.
That works. Okay, next up, then we need to recess the council meeting and
could
call
you
to
speak
order.
up a little
We
louder?
need to recess the council meeting and call to order the PBC commission meeting.
Mr. Mayor, move to recess regular city council meeting.
Second. Right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Now we will need a motion to call, or roll call. All right,
Tippia. Fry.
Present.
Schroller.
Here.
Hughes.
here,
Bikeman.
present.
Price.
Present.
Barron's.
Present.
Crom.
Present.
7-0. Oh, she didn't put the amount on here of what it is. It's the PBC, it's $750 for the disclosure to call the bonds. So that is a $750 fee, so we need a motion to pay that bill. That's what we're looking for.
For just the
To
750?
Cooper, yeah.
Just the
Cooper.
750, not the balance and everything in this?
No, the balance is, yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
That's just to pay that bond disclosure.
Move to make payment to Cooper Malone and McLean Incorporated for the continuation of the disclosure service on the pool for $750.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Move to close Public Building Commission meeting.
Second.
second,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Okay. And we call the regular meeting back to order. We don't have anything under notices and hearings, right? Consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda for the special rehearsal dinner, or wedding dinner, excuse me, at the Art Center.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
aye,
Opposed? Next up, we have appropriations ordinance number 3728.
Move to approve appropriation ordinance 3728.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Pippia. Fry.
Yes.
Schroller.
Yes?
Hughes.
yeah,
Spikeman,
Yeah.
Price,
Yes.
Behrens,
Yes.
Crom,
Yes.
7-0.
Next up is Austin staff reports.
All right, first one up is the budget advertisement. This is just to approve the advertisement to go to the paper so that we may have our budget hearing on August 10th, the first meeting in August. I also had Deb attach the detailed version of the budget. Should match up with the numbers we have under the proposed 2021 budget.
Austin? I had a couple of questions.
Okay.
Okay, you changed the industrial from the previous budget that we had, from 168,000 under budget authority or from 176 to 168.
Okay. That was to fix some of the errors you found before. There was a negative in employee benefits. So I found that negative, kind of adjusted the numbers so we can maintain the mill levy that I presented previously.
Okay, and then on the ad valorem tax, then you went from 33 to 25,000?
Right.
Okay.
Under that industrial? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was to maintain the mill levy that I had presented.
Okay. And then, how do we come up with the estimated tax rate? Where does that come from? Column.
That comes from the calculation of all so it's a combination of the valuation and how much ad valorem taxes we're looking at to cover the budget. So they take that, the valuation, which was $30 million, I believe. Yeah, $30,753,000, and divide that into mills. And that's how the estimated tax rate comes out.
Okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with each column dividing it into the, you don't take the ad valorem tax like the 1,384,000 and divide it by the 3 million in the column next to it.
No. The estimated tax rate is solely for the ad valorem tax. So the budget authority includes other revenues as well, including the carryover.
Okay, so you get these figures from another place then?
Right, it all gets factored in the state form.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and then the bond, let's see. The 7140 under bond debt service. Why is that only 7140? Why aren't the two, that's only under the interest, bond and interest 407.
Right.
So why isn't 409 and 410 figured in there?
Because that only, the upper part is only the ones that are tax revenue, the property tax revenue. The other two, bond and interest, are water and sewer. So they are based off of revenue sources other than ad valorem tax. So they're down, in fact, well, they're down here, bond and interest 1 and 1A, underneath sales tax.
Okay.
On that second block, yeah.
Okay. Well, those same figures aren't. Those figures aren't the ones that are under bond and under 407 and 409. That's not those same figures, but anyway. So just the bond and interest number one is the only one that is a 7140. So it's a lot smaller than what it was last year.
Because we transferred all that money for the fire station.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're not pulling any more ad valorem tax into that fund right now.
Okay. I mean, there was just such a big difference that I want to be sure that we haven't missed something, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask a question about that. How does this reflect on when we get done with this budget and to get it approved? Where's the mill levy standing?
If it stays all the same, it's about 0.03 more mill levy. Just a little bit more.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yep.
It's all the public wants to know too.
So pretty much a wash.
Pretty much. And by the time November comes around, it could end up lower than that.
Right.
Okay,
Move to advertise the budget in the paper for the 2021 budget.
Second.
any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Right. Next one up is just a notification that we are changing our janitorial service. We had a contract with DNR Cleaning Solutions. They weren't living up to the contract, so we notified them that we were terminating that contract per paragraph in that contract. And we're in the process of filling and finding a replacement. So that was just so you knew that contract was coming to an end, and it needed to be immediate, so our building would be fine, per se.
So
you have
who
something?
does, go ahead.
Do you have anybody new yet?
We have somebody in line. We don't have a contract written up for it yet. So he'll probably be starting pretty soon, but yeah, somebody, once we have a contract, we'll be able to say something.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause
he's gonna
not-
do it for the same price or less,
Yeah. So
and he's local.
yeah, you'll definitely get to see that contract.
Okay.
And then, if there's no other questions on that, with everything taken into consideration with school, with college, and all that going on, and their differing schedules, their different processes, we're not going to be able to maintain the pool being open past Sunday, August 9th. Even if school was going to go beyond Labor Day starting, the remaining employees that we had were high school age, and most of them were 15 and below. So that limits us on a lot of things. So in order to get the pool cleaned and broken down properly, this is the date we can go to for the pool being open. Is there any questions on that?
Are things going pretty well at the pool otherwise?
We've had some issues, but for the most part, the lifeguards have been pretty good. So people are happy that it's open. We try to keep it open as much as possible. Today we had to delay because thunder and lightning, but got it open eventually. So that was good. I'm happy that we've been able to open it as much as we've had, even with the storms that have been coming through. So. There's no questions on that. I did have Ellen kind of ruined the thunder with our grant, but we got the grant. It was either the second or third round. They just keep rotating. 35,000 of it goes to support local food programs. And we designated 2 food programs, the food pantry and RSVP, their frozen meals program. So they get actually quite a bit of leeway in paying for their operations with this money. So all they have to do is, I'll caveat that with, this is a complicated process, which is why they require us to hire a grant administrator. But they turn in their receipts for operations from this time, and they get paid back. And those are programs that support our community. And then the rest of the money, $120,000, a little bit over $120,000 is meant for grants and micro grants to local businesses. So they can apply to us, and our grant administrator will run through the paperwork and they will be able to be reimbursed for services they provided. And this money goes to businesses who support low-income people. Their employees are low income, so it's highly beneficial to those businesses to keep them operational.
And that's what she said, she had 12 pre-qualified?
Right. So,
I think there were 5 that were Marysville.
yeah, somewhere in
this
there.
point.
Yeah, to this point, but
And they're
we still have openings. We're inviting people if they think they're qualified, if they want to find out if they're qualified, just come and talk to us. I mean, that's what it takes. We don't want this money to leave Marysville. If we don't spend it all, we have to send it back. Not to say it's not going to go to a good cause, because they'll just re-put it out there, just like they did to us. But as much of this money as we can, we need to keep it in Marysville. So, you know, businesses that have possible qualifications, let them know and come and fill out an application.
Does that include monkey business?
Only with you, Derek.
So that is all I had for me.
Okay, next up, we got the standing committee reports. First up is street.
I see they're marking the roads out, so I take it before long we're gonna be chip sealing.
Yes, and they've been trimming trees and doing all that stuff, getting it ready to go. Yep. Hopefully sometime soon, next week or so, we'll be ready to go. They have to, with the rains that we've been getting, where it just comes, they have to repatch some things, so that gets a nice delay.
I had someone in Ward 2 say that they haven't seen the street sweeper around very much, so I don't know how they decide where the street sweeper goes or what, but anyway.
A lot of the times, the street sweeper's out at night. So,
Middle of the day today.
Last week they did do the whole town, they said, so they go out.
Well, I know, but they can tell that it hasn't been in their area anyway, let's put it that way.
it takes a while to get through town.
Well,
Yeah.
I know, but anyway, I know it's been done in our area some, but they haven't seen it,
Right.
seen that it's been in their area, so anyway, you might
Okay.
mention it. That,
Right, they follow a pattern, and,
well, I understand that.
yeah, we get and not to diminish whoever's talking to you, but we get the same every year. Somebody goes, I haven't seen it in a while, Well, they've been working their way this way and that way and that way, and then finally it'll be back to there,
Well,
and then they'll start back
that's
over.
Just for your information,
Right.
that's, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Terry? Yeah, Terry.
One thing, I'd wonder if maybe a phone call maybe to Evergy here on this Calhoun on the corner, when you come up that stop sign, that's a blind deal, those little trees.
Yes, it is.
And I had 2 people complain, and it's bothered me to see that. All I gotta do is trim them up just a little, and it'd really be a lot safer right there.
Todd, you had something?
Couple. I know they had marked it out a while back, and there's been other priorities, but Upper 9th Street is getting just worse and worse and worse. It's so broke up. I mean, it's almost sketchy to take a car through there because it's so chucked out right now.
Right.
And I know their plan is to put, concrete on the north end, right where it meets Alston.
Yep.
But I don't know, we gotta come up with a plan for the rest of it. And I really do think if that means widening the right-of-way to the east at the corner so we can get our equipment through there, that wouldn't be a pretty rational thing to do in my opinion.
No, there's a plan for the rest. We just getting that concrete first portion where asphalt won't stay the
won't
best.
hold.
Yeah. So that's our number one. I mean, that's the first thing on the list to get done. But like you said, it got marked, and
I
lots of other things
people
come
who
up.
are excited about it, and then it's like
Yeah.
nothing happens.
Yeah. No,
understand.
there were 2 weeks in a row where they're like, oh, we're gonna, and
Yeah.
no, we got that, and then water line breaks or something like that,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden we're here, and now we're doing chip and seal, And, because that's,
Fixing the
it
hole
can
in
only be
6.
here, and it's, and you can imagine, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, no, it's priority.
And the other one is, I like they got the shades on the stoplights there at the corner of 10th and Center.
Yep.
Did you notice the crosswalk lights out? I don't want to be like the guy who, that's the only corner I pay attention to in town, but I swear. I noticed the crosswalk lights out on the southwest corner, and I'm like, I tell you what,
It's like not working?
yeah, it's just not lighting up. The stoplight works, the
Southwest-
crosswalk light
southwest
doesn't.
corner?
My kid pointed out to me on the way to the pool here recently, because I told him to watch those. I don't think a lot of people actually do, but, so.
Southwest corner, you said?
Yeah, same dang corner. Same corner. I tell them to stand back from there when they're
Yes.
waiting for that light. Because I don't know if you've seen how many tracks are over the crosswalk there.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh boy. That's it.
Anything else on streets? Water, wastewater?
I seen Terracom was in town, if we got any results back.
No results, just promising observation. Pretty much confirmed that the area next to lagoons was clay.
didn't
So
even-
that, it's good for lagoons.
They didn't even do all the drillings on that, did they?
No, they did, well, they,
Stop,
yeah.
because they said there was just, it was
Yeah,
all
there's no
clay.
point.
And
It
then,
was-
over on the alternate site, they said, some portions was, topsoil, a little bit of clay, and then sand. And then you get down a little bit where it's not as high and it's the topsoil sand. So looking good down there.
Can I jump
Yeah.
back on street?
Yeah, Todd.
North 7th Street, they did a cut for that new house that went in. Are they responsible for filling that, or is that something we do?
No, it's ours, where they're waiting on us to put the catch basin in. We have a catch basin to put,
Okay.
and we dug that catch basin, that storm sewer across the road. Yeah, they keep calling us too. When are you gonna finish this?
Okay.
Because they need the storm sewer in so they can pour the rest of their concrete.
Gotcha.
So you're right, Todd.
Okay. Anything else on water, wastewater? Parks and Rec? Which we did
How
have,
did that meeting turn out?
I wasn't at that one, but I don't think it
No,
was showed.
we didn't have a good,
No.
no, nobody turned out. But we were hoping that's because they didn't need the information. So we are putting in an ad this week to have people turn in their business plans by, what date would we say?
August
August
19th at noon.
August 19th at noon. Business plans need to be turned in. We'll have that advertisement run for a few weeks until right before the 19th, so.
Has there been any interest in, you've been,
One of the people was ill and could not come that night, so they're not gonna have.
And then there's been others that have talked to me multiple times. So we're hoping that they knew enough and then just didn't want to show their hand or something like that. So we got that advertisement, we got a deadline, so we can keep on moving.
Okay, anything else, Parks and Rec? Cemetery and Airport? Police and Fire?
It was nice to see the police in the newsletter. It's nice to see all the police pictures. It'd be nice if we did other departments maybe in future newsletters.
They did the street already, didn't they? Of course, that's changed.
I don't know, I don't remember.
I don't
Maybe
think
they
they've done
did.
parks though.
Could be, but anyway, it never hurts to do it because they change a lot, so
Yeah.
it never hurts to put them in. Maybe it might be every newsletter to put a department in there and put their pictures and say who they are. Because a lot of times there's not a whole lot in there anyway, or
No, that would be good. Okay, anything else, Police and Fire? Admin and Finance? Into that? We don't have any appointments. I don't think we need to see the attorney about anything, do we? Not that I know.
You got anything there?
Headlight looks. He must-
only if you want me.
Roundtable. Todd?
I know we don't really have a code enforcer at the moment. but there are some places getting really, really bad. And some of the worst ones come into,
Weeds or
junk primarily.
Okay,
Yeah, there's some places that are pretty bad about taking care of their landscaping. But the one that comes to mind immediately is the junkyard I could throw a baseball at from here. Because, I mean, there's events like the gravel dash that we're likely gonna have at the depot and other things that will drive, I imagine, I've never been to Marysville, and here I drive, and there's City Hall, and there's some, things here, and then there's a junkyard right across from City Hall, and, I mean, it's in the right of way.
You got a piece of property they can go to?
Well,
We need them people. They pick a lot of stuff up.
There's some truth in that, but we need a lot of things that we shouldn't put right across from wherever on public right of way causing.
I understand it.
And it's what do they call that, attractive nuisance? There's a lot of that going on. We've cracked the whip harder on less, and it feels like we're being inconsistent.
But they keep moving it out though.
Some of it, but I
beg to
get
differ
it.
with you as many times as I've seen them over at Smitty's with that trailer, so.
Oh, they're
Is it a
constantly hauling
business?
stuff in and out.
Is it a business?
Yeah.
Is it like an actual honest to goodness, licensed business being run over here? So do we let other businesses run their, right in the right of way? Can I just start piling junk in front of my house? And I'm zone business too. I'm C1, they're probably C2. I mean, can I just do whatever I want and irregardless?
It's not like they got a backyard there to put it in.
No, I understand, but maybe if I'm running a business that requires real estate, I find a real estate that's appropriate for that. I don't think you can do anything anywhere, or we're gonna,
There is an issue in that, so let's say we come across property, they have a fridge sitting in their front yard. We go, okay, let's ticket them for that fridge. Fridge is gone, now there's a trailer sitting in the front yard. Well, we got to issue a new ticket for that trailer. Next week, trailer's gone. Now we'd be under a lot of things.
Is that property zoned for scrapping?
I don't know.
Because I doubt it.
Look, I
If it
know
is,
we
then we
have
should
a
look at that.
car place that kind of has the same issue.
But and the thing is, a lot of places, if you can, then they have to be fenced off. They certainly can't be on the right of way.
They can't fence on the right of way now.
Right.
So, we definitely, I don't know, have we had any progress in filling that position?
No.
Actually, Will's done pretty good. He's sent a bunch of letters, so if he knows that that's an issue, he has really taken it over. He really has. He's sent a bunch of stuff.
Great.
So, and he goes and talks to a lot of people, and they'll just move it for him. So he has done quite a bit.
In the past, I've thought we go too far with policing people's properties. People should have a certain degree of freedom to do what they want with their property. But where that certain degree line is, I think, falls somewhere far from what's occurring. And if there's nothing to keep people from doing that, then why do we have these rules? So.
It is a mess. Well, sometimes
It
the
is.
trailer's in the yard. You can tell they backed over the curbing, so.
And I agree, that stuff would be in a ditch somewhere in the country if there was somebody taking it out.
It would be, or it'd be sitting back behind their house.
So,
I mean,
I completely agree with that.
They got a little deal on Facebook that if you got scrap iron, they'll come by your house and pick it up.
Just little as it's worth, that's a miracle that they'll take it, but, no, I agree with that, there is a backyard over there, can they not stack it in the backyard? There's a fence.
There's not much of a
I don't know what's backyard.
backyard.
I don't know how it all works out over there. I don't know who gets what.
It's a rental, isn't it?
Well, I thought it was an apartment building, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know how that breaks down of who gets the garage, who gets the backyard, I don't know if it works that way.
I've honestly never seen how they make any money with iron prices where they are right now. Because I know like mine, if I bring a ton over there, I get like $45 for it. It pays for your gas and maybe a burger, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And they're not taking as big of loads over there as what I usually got on that trailer of mine, so, yeah.
It's too bad it's right across from City Hall, that's the worst of it.
Yeah, and I don't know if we have anywhere where we could
The city could never allow, we can't We can't do it.
Yeah.
It'd have to be another individual.
So anyway, that's all I got.
Okay.
My question was, have we hired any nuisance person, code enforcer, but we haven't, so.
No.
Are we advertising for anybody?
We don't have it out there right now.
The end of the year, I don't know.
We've been trying to fill some vacancies that are in our water and now our parks department. Before anything else, because those are going to be a priority to get taken care of.
Have we got good applicants on that?
I can't say.
We have applicants, but we need more.
We need more
We need more
applicants.
applicants.
Well, there's a lot of job openings, so, I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Terry?
I had a couple of calls, people wanting to know, and everybody's got their own businesses, it's probably nobody's business, but they were concerned why we didn't have an 8-0 vote when we're gonna be saving about $750,000 on the swimming pool deal. When there was a one dissenting vote, people asked me about it, and I said I didn't know.
I don't know. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
That's right, I understand
Yes.
that, but there was people that were asking me, I wondered if other council people got calls like that too.
I hadn't.
I had somebody ask me too, but everybody has their opinions, so.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say, just because you're talking about roundtable, it's just something to ask at roundtable.
Anything else?
That's it.
Is that it? Okay. Keith?
Yes, Sue Rowland would like to put the brome up around the lagoons up for hay, if that's possible.
Nope.
Why?
It would mean that the whole property, we now have to pay property taxes on it.
What about if it was donated?
It's a really gray area. We've looked into it constantly. We've had her ask it all the time. No.
Neatfelds have called.
Yeah.
Wapnoski's called.
Yeah, we
She's
understand
not the
people
only
want
one.
it, but it's a really gray area that we don't want to tread.
Even if it's donated, this
Right.
doesn't fall into any taxes.
We'd love for somebody else to take care of it, but no.
Yeah, the
And
problem
then
with
they're
that would
out in
probably
our
be if you had, say you had 3 people that all want it and they all are trying to donate, and then you give it to the person that donated the most, and that would get pretty.
Then here we are again, it
Well,
was bid.
that's a lawyer, but legally,
It was
that might
the
be an
appraiser
issue.
that told us that we should not do it, because that ground would be taxed.
The government exemption is predominantly used, not exclusive. But in this situation, when you're deriving income from, just like other pasture land, I think it'd be easy to disqualify it. I think isn't there a pasture land around the airport that's leased?
But that's federal.
That's federal
That's
airport, so they
federal
can.
rules, yes.
That's what changes that.
Yeah. We're allowed to do that.
Can we put a helipad out?
And hope they don't miss. We can stir the water.
No, that's not the first question we've had of it, and it's not the last time.
And she's asked us before.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't have
Parker?
anything.
Nothing? Colleen? Kevin?
I have nothing this evening.
I don't have anything either.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah, yes. The next meeting, we have a lot of stuff.
It's the nice one, I don't have anywhere to be.